When the first Presbyterian ministry began in Oyster Bay in 1842, the congregants had no church building of their own. In those early days, a traveling pastor from Hempstead, Reverend Woodbridge, preached to them at the Oyster Bay Academy or in the Baptist Church on West Main Street. Then in 1844, they erected their first church on East Main Street, in what would now be the rear half of Knobman's Hardware. For the first few years they flourished, but in the 1850s they faced financial difficulties and were unable to function as a church for several years. The 1860s were years of growth and reorganization for the Presbyterians of Oyster Bay, so that by 1872, led by Pastor Benjamin L. Swan, they began building this beautiful church on the hill. The architect they selected was J. Cleveland Cady, who was at the beginning of what would become a notable career. Cady would go on to design the original Metropolitan Opera House and the American Museum of Natural History, buildings at Yale University and Trinity College, as well as 23 other churches. This church was his first, and the only one he would ever design in this unique stick-style architecture, also called Carpenter Gothic. The winter of 1873, one of the worst on record with almost 60 inches of snowfall, slowed the pace of construction, but by September, the church was completed. The porte-cochere protected parishioners from the elements as they drove their carriages up the drive, which at that time curved up both ends of East Main Street. Inside, they were greeted by dramatic arched entryways inscribed with biblical verses and a high open-timbered ceiling. Billy Swan and his sister Carrie had donated a magnificent Hilborn Roosevelt pipe organ placed at the front of the church, which is still used today. Billy Swan not only paid for the organ, he played it for the next 52 years. Mr. and Mrs. Theodore Roosevelt Sr. were active members of this church, along with their children, Theodore Jr., Anna, and Elliot. When Mr. Roosevelt Sr. died of stomach cancer in 1878 at the age of 46, TR left his studies at Harvard University to attend his father's funeral, which was held here. Writing in his diary, 20-year-old Theodore wrote that during the service he saw his father sitting beside him in the pew, quote, as distinctly as if he were alive. The original stained glass windows still fill the church with rich colors, and to bring in even more light, the once dark timbers have been repainted a soft pale blue. The exterior has also been given its lovely blue color in recent times. For many years it was completely white. This striking building, one of the most interesting churches on Long Island, looks down on the village from its place on the hill and graces us all with its unique beauty.